Hello, welcome to the video. We're going to be doing some colouring. It's going to be relaxing. We're going to be yapping. We're going to be talking. So if you have colouring in book that you like to do as well or want to do, grab it and let's have a little colouring in session together. Why not? I got this out of my little tree calendar. It's a little lint ball. Yummy. And then I already opened it because my mum wants to see. So you're not going to get my first reaction, but from my twisted tails, my day 2 book, ready, ooh, it's a colouring book. I was so hoping for a colouring book. So that's this video. This video is watch me colour in. But these are the pages. Look how cute they are. I don't know what page I'm going to do yet. So I'll just flip through and show you some. Look at the Pinocchio one. Look at that one. That one be fun. I might do that one. They're so like detailed as well. And they were called adult colouring in, and I know that's because they've done all the little tiny lines. So it's like, I love doing a bit of colouring in. I haven't done it in years, I feel. I haven't done a proper colouring in session, but it used to like really, I used to love it. It used to proper relax me. Oh, look, Elsa, Mulan, Scar, slay. Hey, welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. Today we're going to do some chill colouring in vibes, but first we need to be chill. I need to get in pyjamas, out of my work clothes. Okay, the Powerpuff Girls hoodie is on. Let's do some colouring in. Laptop for entertainment. Big bag of colouring pencils and pens. Also ignore my chair, it's so squeaky. I have some in here. I shall be using these ones. I also have these pens, which are very satisfying to draw with and colour with. And I have all of these pens too. And I have all these pens. Ah, I lost one. Sadness. I feel like when I felt the pages, they seemed a bit too thin for pens. So I don't think we're going to use pens. I think we're just going to go for pencils. Now how like am I going to go? Should I put them in colour order? I'm going to put them in colour order. Look at this. Look at that. That's so satisfying. Sorry, that's amazing. Can this camera see? I'm not sure. Oh, this tripod's so broken. It's just going to keep doing that. I know it. Look at that. Sorry, that is so satisfying. That's amazing. It just is. Here it is, the What If colouring book. Amazing. I'm still undecided on what prints I'm going to do. I'm just going to have a flip through. I think I might do Hades, which is this one, or this one. I'm going to do Hades. And I know it says on the back to like reimagine it in your own colours, but I don't want to. I'm going to be like this as well. I know I am. I'm going to have the worst posture ever, but it's going to be fun. I'm also going to do my B-roll because well, that's just so satisfying. I hate how squeaky my chair is. It's so annoying. Oh, also, I'm going to light my Christmas candle. Oh, it smells so good. I don't even know what the flavour is. Flavour? Scent. It does not say. It's just a Christmassy... Imagine what every red Christmas candle smells like. That. Enjoy me colouring in. Hope you're having fun if you're colouring with me. I've got to choose a good shade for the background. I think like maybe that one. Let's colour in. I'm going to colour in around this plant that I've done already first of all, just to see what that's going to look like before I do all of the plants in one go, because I'll have to do all the plants first before I do the blue. Okay, that's going to look cute. Yeah, that's going to look really cute. Nice. I'm happy with that. Okay, cool. So Now I know that that looks cute. I'm going this colour for the background, this colour for the plants. Then let's cut in one Hades. I'm just going to do this little section, and then once I know my colours I can like spread it out. That's my plan. I'm thinking so much about this. I love the character. He's iconic in Hercules. It's so funny. He's a guy. I might just put Hercules on in the background. That's like one of my fave Disney movies, and I haven't watched it in so long. And it's coming to the West End as a musical, and it looks so good. Like the Muses songs are just, they're so cool. And imagine hearing those harmonies live. I need to go see it when it comes out. But when like things like this start, I feel like, especially Disney ones, the prices are quite a lot, so I always kind of wait a bit. But another musical I'm really excited for is The Devil Wears Prada. Now that looks really good as well. I've seen more of that, I feel, than I have of like Hercules, because they're like, are they open yet? I'm not sure what is going on over there right now, but I see that they're like in the theatre. I've seen a lot of the like press things when they're doing like the songs, and Elton John was sitting there, and the woman that plays Emily sang her song, and I saw that, and that song was insane. And I've seen her do like a little tour of the theatre, and she sounds so much like the actress. I was like, that's actually brilliant. I feel like I need to just splash out and see the original cast for this musical. I do really want to see Hercules. Do you know what? Maybe I'll say fuck it. I have adult money now, and I'll go see both of them with the original West End cast, because they both look amazing. And I'm very excited for both of them. I want to watch Devil Wears Prada again, because like the first time I watched it was like a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, but very recently. And I watched it, and at the end I was like, I'm not sure if I viewed it the same as everyone else, but when she was like, I had to speak to my mum about this. I was like, did I just view it like, did I not get the point? Or, but when she was like, she gave up her job for like, and like the trip to Paris or whatever she gives up at the end for her friends, I was like, girl, no, don't go to the trip. She gave up her whole career working for this big, and she was earning, dosh, she was getting free stuff. And like, I feel like her friends weren't nice enough to warrant that. I need to watch it again so I can like confirm whether on my second watch, because I've only watched it once to be fair, but on my second watch if I feel the same. But the first time I watched it, when she was like choosing between her friends and her job, and she chose her friends, I was like, what are you doing? Choose the job. I don't think her friends deserved that from her. She was giving them free phones at one point, I swear. Anyway. Yeah, now the more I'm sitting here thinking about it while I'm colouring in, I'm generally going to have to watch The Devil Wears Prada while I'm doing this. I got toast. I've already ate a slice on the way up. And I've got a little chai latte in my Christmas mug. Such cozy, warm vibes right now with my hot drink. I have toast. I love toast. Toast? Why? Toast is so good. And then my hot drink, and I'm in my Udi, and this is sort of like, I know I only watched it like last year, or a bit more than last year, but it just gives me nostalgia, even though I've only watched it like recently, but it just captures like 2006.
I could do a good job as your assistant, and yeah, I came to New York to be a journalist and send letters out. I am not skinny or glamorous, and I don't know that much about that.
She's so skinny. Shut up. That is what's wrong with these old movies though. It's like, I've never watched British Jones Diaries, but isn't that main lady meant to be like, they're like, oh my god, she's so fat. And it's like, what? That's what's wrong with these movies. I love them, they're nostalgic. it's a great movie, but the amount of times Hollywood tried to convince us that Anne Hathaway was like not thin or was ugly because she had curly hair. It's ridiculous.
That's all. It's just the cavalier disregard for clear.
I love her. Icon. That's so rude. That's so rude. I love her. I always think when you're doing like little bits like this, especially when they're like so like little details, it just takes forever. And it gets to a point and I'm like, I'm bored. I am a little bit. Here, enjoy some ASMR pencil scratching noises. So satisfying. I was watching this girl on TikTok, she calls it Freshly Gardened, colouring in sessions, and it was very satisfying. She was so ASMR, she was so chill, and I was like, that was what made me like really excited to colour, because I was like watching her colour. Also, she takes it to another level. I'm gonna put like her TikTok here so you can see, check her out, she's great. She takes it to another level. I'm colouring in, she makes it like art. She was like adding like shadows where there weren't, and I was like, that's insane that you thought of that. Like, good insane, like that's cool. And then she was adding like, now I'm gonna go in with the white accents, and I was like, you just made that, like, it's a very basic colouring, it's a cute colouring book, don't get me wrong. And then she started adding like the shadows and the details and the everything, and I was like, that is so satisfying. And she just took a colouring book and made it like art, so I just thought she was really cool. And then I was like, I want to do some colouring in now, and then I knew this advent calendar was coming up, but mine will look nowhere near as amazing as hers did. Maybe I'll do another video with the next colouring book I get, because there's multiple colouring books in this advent calendar set, so when I get the next colouring book, maybe I'll try and put the paper behind and do one with my pens, because I do enjoy that. You can get more into like the little details easier with the pens, so maybe I will do that on the next colouring book. I know I read out, I didn't read it out, but I know I did a little vlog reading the first Twisted Tales book. I don't think I'm going to do that for all of them. I might just read them privately and then do a little like recap sesh at the end of like what I enjoyed. But if I'm like vlogging the day or whatever, I'll show you what I opened. Like today I got Rattle the Stars, and I think it's Treasure Island, and I watched Treasure Island as a kid and then I literally haven't watched it in years, so I am quite excited to read that. But first I'm going to watch Treasure Island so I understand, like, you know, what's going on, who the people are. Maybe that'll be my Christmas Day Vlogmas post. I'll do a little recap of all the things, all the books that I got out of the advent calendar and what I thought of them. That could be cute. Alright, I'm going to stop yapping now. I'm going to watch some more Devil Wears Prada. I'm so nearly done with these. I like how I started talking because I was complaining about how long this was taking me to do, and now by the end of me talking I literally have like 2 more things to do. Have a little bit of ASMR colouring in for a second, because this is going to be a satisfying sound. Isn't that a good sound?
I need that. That's all I get her Lily, scrambled eggs. Lily, no.
Honestly, I agree. She just gave them, like, what did she say, like a $19,000 bag and a phone that is like ridiculously expensive, and then like, haha, yeah, like I get it, like a little bit of a joke, but when like she was about to miss the call from her boss, like, why are you messing with someone's work like that? Especially when you know how strict her boss is. Like, you know she's gonna get in shit if she misses the call, and you're like, yeah, I think it's funny for the first like 3 seconds. As soon as she's like, no, please give it back, and then they still don't. Like, that ain't your friend. Why are you messing with their work life like that? I do not rate it. She says, you know, you guys didn't have to be such arseholes. Yeah, I agree with her. and they're all like, how dare she say that to us? You're being assholes. She's right.
You don't have to.
I'm done. I have done it all. Look at that old seat now. Isn't that satisfying with it all filled in at the back? Now I don't actually hate the blue. I'm gonna do like blue and red Hades, I think. I'm gonna take a little break because my hand's actually like hurting from all that, and watch some more of this and charge my iPad because it's gonna die, and then I'm gonna do some more colouring in. Yay! Hey, we're back. Had a little charge up of the devices. Whenever I see Hades, I always think of the quote when he's like, can't believe you're getting so worked up about a guy. And then she's like, yeah, but he's this, he's that, he's that. And he goes, he's a guy. I love it so much. I always find that clip very funny. Sorry, I love her friend that just knows everything about fashion. I love that they wrote that character in, this guy friend that just knows everything. Like, before she knew anything about fashion, he was like, oh my god, blah blah blah, fashion, and she was like, and now they're like having good old gossips about fashion, and I feel like he's just loving that someone in their friendship group now is like, he's a proper fashion nerd, and I love it. I think it's just so cute. And I feel like these Hadeses are turning out really cute too. Yay!
Lily, he's just a guy I know from work.
Yeah, that looked like work.
No, you're making.
Oh yeah.
Lily.
No, that's your answer for everything, Lily. I didn't have a choice. Like, this job was forced on me. Like, you don't make these decisions yourself.
Okay. If I had a nickel for every time Anne Hathaway played a main character who had a best friend called Lily, who wasn't a very good best friend, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's worth it. It happened twice. I had to get that reference out of the way. I'm starting to get angry. Right. Fit guy flirts with her. She flirts back. He gives her a kiss on the cheek. Yeah, she's like... But, like... I don't think her best friend should have been like, I don't even know who you are anymore. Like, the person I know is madly in love with her boyfriend. Is that her only personality trait? Is she not allowed to, like, look at someone else ever? She wasn't even acting upon it. And then the boyfriend's like, you used to make fun of these girls, now you've become one of them. Like, that's like the worst thing in the world. It's starting to annoy me. The only thing is, yes, she missed his birthday. He's allowed to be angry about that. Not gonna lie, like, for a while, you missed my birthday. Rudeness. But I feel like, little man, do you know what it is? He does not really care about any of this. The only thing that is like making all these problems is that she is now earning the big money. Well, actually she's not. She's earning her own money and she's very successful at her job at this point. She's getting all these fancy designer clothes, all this free, really expensive stuff. So maybe, yeah, she's not earning a lot of money. She did say her pay wasn't good. But she's getting a load of free designer. She's getting a load of free fancy expensive things. She looks like a woman in business. She looks like she makes more money than him. And he can't deal with that. That's what the boyfriend's problem is. Now the best friend is jealous. She's coming up in the world. She's flirting with another man. She's maybe not having She's maybe not having as much time as she used to for the best friend, and the best friend's getting pissed off about it. And she's like, I don't even know you anymore. I've known you for 16 years. Right, she's known her for 16 years and now she's gonna like stop being her friend because she's got a job and she has like not enough time for her anymore. like you clearly weren't good enough friends if like a little time of like distance and not seeing, like a little bit of space is going to separate your friendship and end it. You clearly weren't good friends to begin with. And also, this girl happily took the $19,000 bag or whatever it was from a couple of scenes ago and was like, yeah, I'll have that bag, thanks so much. And then she was like messing around with her phone, nearly cost her job after. And then she's like, I just saw a man kiss you on the cheek and you go, blush a little bit, he's hot. And now I'm like, I don't even know you anymore. Shut up. Anyway. I actually couldn't remember if she went on the Paris trip or not. At the beginning, I was like, and then she didn't go on the Paris trip. She does go on the Paris trip. And I'm like, yes, go to Paris. Why not? I love Paris. I want to go there all the time. But I'm glad she went on the Paris trip. But I kind of thought the movie ended before the Paris trip. But no, now I remember. She does go on it. Also, I gotta say, I do feel really bad for the Emily character that she didn't get to go on the Paris trip. Like, that absolutely sucks. That sucks. But also, can I just say, I thought she didn't go. I forgot she gets like hit by a car or whatever just happened. I thought that she got pregnant and that's why she didn't go. But that's the story of Emily in Paris. I mean, American fashion-y person wasn't going to go on the Paris trip and then is suddenly going on the Paris trip. I don't think that was a far stretch to go to, but yeah, I was convinced this whole time that she was going to be pregnant and that's why she didn't go. No, that's Emily in Paris. Yep, this is a different story. But this heavily inspired Emily in Paris, I reckon. I actually haven't watched that much of Emily in Paris. I've only watched like the first, I think I got to the second season. I'm watching New Girl at the moment as my like put it on and just chill and like maybe do things while I'm watching it or just turn my brain off and enjoy some like lighthearted comedy. I love New Girl. I recently, like month ago, I think in October, that was my like binge watch and I watched it for the first time and I watched it all the way through and it was really good. I love a slow burn love relationship, but Jesus Christ, is it a slow burn. They really took slow burn to another level and when we're going to be the slowest of slow burns, and then they're together and then they're broken up and then, oh, this is spoilers by the way, and then and then they finally get together, right, again in the end, and I'm like, oh great, cute, we're gonna see like some really cute relationship, and then it's like now it's the final season 3 years later and then speed run, the end. And I was like, and also it had so little episodes in that season, like all the other seasons had like 20 episodes or something and then the last season had like 12 or whatever, and I was like, I wasn't expecting it to end. I didn't know how many episodes were in the season and I was like, I must be halfway through, like in my brain, and then it was like, and then I was watching the final episode without knowing it was the final episode and I was like, this really feels like a final episode. They're like talking about the past, they're rounding things off a bit too well, they're reflecting, and then it was like, then they jumped forward in time and I was like, it's the final episode, and then it was over. And I was like, wow, I feel like I didn't mentally prepare for that to be the final episode. But I keep seeing on TikTok, like they all do podcasts now and I actually need to like get into their podcast, I reckon. I'm rewatching it again and then maybe after my second rewatch I might start looking at their podcast because they talk about New Girl on their podcast quite a lot. That's all the clips that I see of their podcast on my TikTok. So they might not actually, it might just be that that's what TikTok is showing me. And Cece and Schmidt are like my favourite couple as well. Jess and Nick and then Cece and Schmidt. I just think they're so cute. Do you know what? I wanted the cute coupliness. Jess and Nick gave us for a little bit. They mainly give us like longing, which I love, and like slow burn, which I love. But Cece and Schmidt gave us like a bit of that, but just like more cute coupley content. I loved when they had their little daughter in the last season and she was so cute and I loved seeing them as like a family unit, and that's what I wanted to see from all of the people, but all we got was a jump forward in time. So I really want them to do like a little mini like reunion, like a couple of episodes, like a little mini series, or just come back, revive the whole thing. That's what I want. But anyway, that's my little Nouveau rant. The reds are all done. That is the worst thing ever, when they take away Stanley Tucci's job. I don't know, remember his name in the thing. Because he's so nice. He's the only one that's been nice to Anne Hathaway the whole time. And then, to save her own skin, Meryl Streep, just completely takes away his big break. His way out of her company and like onto his own path to save her own skin. It's so sad. It's the worst bit of the movie. What a good movie. What a good movie. Oh, it's so good. I like that they both had partners, boyfriend, husband, that could not deal with the fact that they were so career driven and that they were more successful than them, in my opinion. That was the root of both their relationship problems, and I like how they included both of those. Like, Andy went through that, and then next thing Miranda's crying because her husband's left her. She's like, that's it, another husband who can't like cope with the fact what the press gonna say about me, like the ice queen drives away another man, and like, and then Andy says a bit at one point, well, I'm going between their character names and their actual names, so I'm sorry if this is a confusing rant to hear. Andy says at another point as well that if Miranda was a man, no one would be talking about how rude she is or how like anything that they talk about, like her husband's leaving her or like her relationship's failing. All they would be talking about is how successful a business person she is if she was a man. And that is the truth of it. Do you know what? It's a great movie to talk about women in business and fashion, and just, it annoys me though because she said she wanted to stay there for a year to like get that experience, and after that year she could get a job in like any newspaper that she wanted, and that was her dream. And she got so close to the year. I reckon, I actually don't know what the timeline was, but I reckon she got so close to the year and then she stopped. She gave up because her boyfriend left her because he couldn't deal with her being more career driven and more successful than him, and her friends couldn't handle her having to spend less time with them and prioritizing herself and her career. And she didn't like how she was turning into like Miranda, which is fair, I guess, but I don't know. I'm like, why wouldn't you stick it out, girl? I don't know. But I do love the bit at the end when she finds out that Miranda gave her like a glowing recommendation, even though she like just quit and walked out. Oh, and the moment she quit and walked out, that shot of Miranda turning around and all the paparazzi, and she's just like in those amazing sunglasses, icon, and she's like, and then she's like, and the paparazzi, it's such a good shot. It's beautiful. It does annoy me that Andy just throws her phone in the water. I get it for the symbolism, it's good. But in like a realistic sense, I'm like, I don't think she can afford to buy a new phone right now. Also, she's in a foreign country. Don't dash your phone into the water. What are you doing, Andy? To try and save Miranda, she ruins her connection with the man that works for New York Times that she'd made. Okay. Then she leaves Miranda and the job, and then she ruins her whole, I've had a year's experience here, now I can get any job in any publisher, any newspaper that I want. So she's ruined both chances. So then like the year doesn't really, I mean, she learned a lot of stuff. She still got connections because Miranda gave her a really good recommendation. But her whole point of taking this job was to get connections and meet publishers and meet people at all these fancy events. And it just annoys me that she didn't see her goal through, that like her ambition like fell short, and all because like all her people like that were her friends could not deal with the fact that she was more successful and had other important things in her life, in my opinion. I don't know. It is a really good movie though, I love it. It is a great movie. Meryl Streep's iconic. And then when they have that little meeting at the end, when they see each other across the thing and Andy gives a little wave and Miranda, like, it's just the reaction that she gives is just so good. It's just the little, she doesn't even smile, she just like gets into her car. And then when she like, when Andy can't see her and Andy's like, I believe that Andy's like, like she said hi, because that's like as much as you're gonna get from Miranda. But and then Miranda gets in the car and she's like looking at Andy and she's like smiling. She's just happy for her because they did share a bond. They worked close together. I mean, she opened up about her husband leaving her to her, and I don't feel like she would have done that if she didn't trust and respect Andy to a certain like extent. So I just feel like they did have a really like nice bond, and I'm glad that I like that end moment. I think it's way cute. Okay, so in like reflection, I agree with myself still that she shouldn't have left her job for her friends and her boyfriend, which I think they stay exes, which I'm glad about. If she'd have gone back to him, that would have ruined it for me. But like her boyfriend and her friends, they weren't good enough, boyfriend and friends, for her to throw away her career like that. I don't know. They weren't like good enough boyfriend and friends for her to throw away that opportunity. I always forget how sad that Stanley Tucci's moment is when his character gets betrayed by Miranda, who he's literally like given so much to. And I think the words she was saying was for him. Like she was like, my dear friend and everything. Like I feel like that's what she would have said if she'd actually let him have the job. But still, like he was just beaming. He thought it was him that was getting this job because he got told that it was him that was getting this job, and then suddenly it's all ripped out from underneath him and he's in the same exact position that he's been in for however many years that he's been working at this company and working for Miranda, and she still hasn't like repaid him for it in that aspect. But I really like, my headcanon is that Miranda eventually retires and she steps down and gives him the position of running runway. I'm actually really excited for the sequel, and Meryl Streep like never does sequels and she's doing this one, so I'm like, it must be a good script for her to like do that, because that's like her rule, that she does not do sequels. So yeah, I'm very excited for that, and I really hope that Andy is working for the New York Times. Miranda is, I don't know, I really hope that Stanley Tucci's character has either got like a big fashion runway magazine of his own, or that he is running runway and Miranda's like kind of stepped back or stepped down. Maybe Miranda takes, imagine I just like completely like guess the whole movie. I would say that Miranda should take the role of the guy that was like running all of the like global runways, and then Stanley Tucci should run the American runway, and they should all just take a little step up. And Andy's just having a great old time writing all these articles. Very successful, very serious New York journalist. That's what I hope. The final Hades. The final Hades. Whenever I hear that, I think of Pitch Perfect. Oh, I love Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect is one of, if not my favourite movie of all time. This has turned into a very movie-based chat and colour. I don't think that's going to have to be the title. But Pitch Perfect is one of my faves of all time, if not my favourite movie of all time, especially the first one. I'm going to watch Pitch Perfect. I'm loading it up. Okay, so it came out when I was 11. Pitch Perfect 2 when I was 14, and when I was 16. Okay, so 11, 14, 16. So this movie was my teenage years. I loved it so much. I still love it so much. I sing along to the whole thing. It's what I wanted my uni experience to be. I wanted to join an a cappella group. I didn't do that, but I was like, oh, it's so good. I'm literally still so obsessed with it. It's the best movie ever made. It's the best movie ever made, and it's funny, it's iconic, it really shaped my teenage years. I mean, 11, 14 and 16 is like, it was perfectly spaced out for my whole teen years, and it shaped me as a person. And I love it, and I can say every word of it. I'm gonna start watching it now, I don't even care. Watch again. As I'm on the last Hades, let's have a little bit more ASMR colouring in with the pencils. Ready? Last little bit. Wow. Now I want to go over it with this one as well. So I've been going over it with this little like acry moment as well, just to give it a little bit of an aqua look. Nice. Okay, cool. Ready? Yes. Done. Done and dusted. Look at that. Look at that. It's so pretty. Look at that. I'm actually so happy with that. It's so pretty. I love Hades. I think he's a great character. He is so funny in Hercules. Hercules is a great Disney movie. This was a very fun little video for me to film. Very relaxing. I mean, it is 2:30 in the morning. I mean, I filmed for over the length of the whole of The Devil Wears Prada. That's how long this took me. And I took a break in the middle, but this was a long one. I'm really happy that I did it all in. I did the whole colouring in page though. It was very satisfying. I am very tired now, but it was worth it because it looks so pretty. I'm so tired. I feel like my brain has stopped working right now. Thank you for watching. If you are, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope if you were colouring along with me, it went good. Hope you enjoyed what this ended up being was just a watch and discussion about Devil Wears Prada. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed. It was fun. I'm way happy with that. My brain has stopped working, it's so late. Tomorrow's video will be another Disney themed one, but it will not be a Christmassy video. It will actually be a Halloween video because I'm going to post my Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party vlog, which I have not edited yet. I'm editing it tomorrow. And then if I do it, it will be posted. Hope you enjoyed watching me colour in and yap, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.